Hey, it's TJ here. Welcome back to another episode of the Gig Life Vlog. This week I want to just start off really quickly and say, if you got questions, please feel free, message them through, throw it on the Facebook, throw them on the YouTube. I think I probably need to be saying this at the beginning of the episodes instead of the end. So if you do have questions about anything, or is there anything you want me to talk about, please hit us up, let us know. So we'll get to some more of those, because I actually got some questions this week in my inbox, and we're going to be getting a little bit multilingual, and it's not going to be pretty, I can guarantee that. But let's start this weekend. The gigs I had, I had a call-in on Thursday night at the Criterion, because whoever was booked didn't show, and that's fine, because I love playing the Criterion. It's a great place. They do, I've probably said this before, but they do an amazing ribs on a Thursday night, and I'm a big ribs guy. So this guy right here, loves his ribs. Hence this. Yeah, so then on Friday night, I went down to the Red Dahlia Bar, which is one of my favourite little bars. They are a comedy club and a jazz lounge and a live music performance sort of venue here in Rockhampton. They're just starting out, and again, their musician that they had booked didn't show. So, little piece of advice to all the young guys out there just wanting to crack this business: if you cancel on the day a week before, it's not really a good move. If you don't show up, not a good move. All you really have in this industry, in the music industry, in the entertainment industry, all you have is two things. You've got your word, right? Your word and your reputation, which is absolutely everything, right? The most important thing. And the second thing is you've got preconceptions that you're working against. And the biggest preconception you're working against is that musicians are lazy and irresponsible. So when you do things like that, when you cancel gigs without a good reason, or don't show up to gigs, you're doing us all a bad. You're hurting us all. But most importantly, you're hurting yourself. You're putting your name as a name that can't be trusted. And publicans remember that. Managers remember that. Booking agents remember that. Fans remember that. You're really going to be hurting yourself in the long run. But anyway, in these cases, other people's screw-ups were to my advantage. On Thursday, I had the Cry, which is a lovely gig. On Friday, I had a chance to go to play the Red Dahlia Bar and get some filming done, which is something I wanted to do partially for my own benefit, because it's always good to be watching tape of yourself, because otherwise, if you're not watching tape, you're not going to be able to really progress, and you're not going to be able to see things from a different perspective. You're not going to really be able to see or hear what the audience is hearing and seeing. And that's important. Like, you see the football players, the basketball players, they all watch tape. And that's because they're always trying to get better. And that's something that, as entertainers, as artists, we should be doing ourselves. Especially if you're in music. Especially if you're in performance, like dance or acting. Like, if you don't constantly try to progress and be better every time, you're going to fall behind. That's not something good at all. Then on Sunday, that brought me to the Oxford Hotel, which I've been playing at the Oxford for over 7 years now, and it's one of the nicest little Sunday sessions in town. But coming back to the filming, one other thing that I got out of that is I got some footage which I want to start being able to upload a bit more frequently. It's going to be Facebook only, so if you're watching this on the YouTube and you didn't get there through Facebook, perhaps you might want to go and give a like to the Rule 34 Facebook page, Rule 34 being my band, so you can see that at facebook.com/Rule34official. That's RULE 34 official. These videos are going to be exclusive to Facebook, So if you want to see more covers footage, maybe, I'll start doing some originals footage as well. That's all going to be over there. So if you want to see it, that's where you can find it. Now we're going to go over to answering some of these questions that I've had sent over to me for over the last few weeks. Okay, so our first question. Now, here's a little warning. I'm not bilingual. I speak English very well. Kind of. And I don't speak any other languages, but I'm going to attempt this. So please be gentle on me in the comments. Our first question is from Aldo Marquez of Mexico. And he writes, Lo siento con mi inglés, yo soy de México y tú de dónde eres? Which Google Translate tells me means, I'm sorry for my English. I'm from Mexico. And you? Where are you from? Well, Aldo, I say, I'm trying this in your language. No promises that it's going to sound anything decent. But, to answer your question, esta es la página de fans para la banda australiana llamada Rule 34. No el meme. Lo siento. Which basically means, this is the fan page of the Australian band Rule 34. It's not the meme. Sorry, bud. Although, good work with that art. It's interesting stuff. I feel so sorry for Gadget. Alright, our second question comes from Aidan James Cronk, who didn't give us a country or town. And he says, I was bored and looked up Rule 34. Is this what I think it is? To answer that, the best band that happens to share its name with a meme? Absolutely. Alright, our next question is from Gabriel Snyder, again, with no city, no town. But he says, got any Rule 34 stuff? Can you send me something? So I sent him an MP3 of one of our singles. Which, if you want some free MP3s of our singles, you can check us out on Triple J Unearthed and get that for free. Get our 2 singles as a free download. Or you can check us out on Spotify or any of the other streaming services. You can stream our entire EP, the Rule 34 EP, for free. All for free. Or if you perhaps want to purchase it, you can always go to iTunes, go to CD Baby, Google Music, go to Amazon Play Store, all of that. Alright, next question comes from LG Lalo. And again, no city, and again, time to butcher some Spanish. He says, Ya destruyeron medio mundo con esa madre y es medio el canon. Which means, they already destroyed half the world with the mother and the cannon is better. Not really sure what you're asking me there, buddy. But, sure, I'll agree. The cannon's better. Do like the cannon. Do like the cannon. And our last question this week comes from Joseph Saza from the Philippines. And he says, really? Yes. Yes, Joseph. Really. It's actually kind of interesting. I don't get heaps of hate on the name, on being named Rule 34, occasionally you get the odd person who's like, why'd you name yourself after a meme? But, everybody who knows what I'm doing knows I didn't actually name it after the meme. But occasionally we do get some hate for being named after something that has the connotation of adult content. And it always comes from people in the Philippines, which I find really surprising because every Filipino person I've met in Australia has been absolutely lovely. But I'm not 100% sure why we get this hate from some Filipino people. So, if you're Filipino or have family there, or perhaps you're an Aussie expat living over there and you want to sort that out, let me explain that one to me, why they don't like us being called Rule 34. I've had them try to have our band logos removed from Facebook before, which is, obviously went nowhere, but it was kind of weird that they'd take that much offense at a band logo because it was stylized similar to the Pornhub one. And, if you've seen our Facebook page, you understand that you've seen that one. It's our profile picture at the moment. It's, it's personally my favorite logo that we've done. Anyway, this week's album recommendation is, it's actually an old favorite of mine that I've really gotten back into over the last week and a half. And it is Surface Paradise, like the flat surface. So it's Surface Paradise by a band called Root. That's ROOT apostrophe. And Root was the band was Damien Cowell's band after he left TISM. Damien Cowell being the former member of TISM who went by the name Humphrey B. Flaubert. And it really continues on in that same style of TISM of being very self-aware of its own dagginess and very self-aware of the fact that he's never going to be cool. This is one of my favorite records. It's a concept album basically discussing all the banalities that you find in modern Australia, especially in bogan culture. And it had one really big single off it, and that was My Other Bumper Sticker Is Intelligent, which is a very cool track. I'd also recommend checking out I Fought the Groove Police and the Groove Police 1. That's another really cool track on it. And right at the end, he's got this big sort of spoken word story set over music called that finishes the album, and it's called This Must Be Just Like Living in Surface Paradise. So I recommend check this album. It is gorgeously geeky. It is gorgeously honest, and it is absolutely anti-cool. And I very much I identify with the whole anti-cool thing, because I'm never going to be the cool kid. And I was never the cool kid growing up. And I'm never going to be the cool guy as I get older. And I'm more than okay with that. I think that it's absolutely a great thing to be able to be honest with yourself and be who you are and be true to yourself. And it took me a lot of years to figure that out. So I absolutely recommend check this record out. It is an absolute gold mine. If you like it, check out some of their other work as well. They had a really cool song called "I Wish I Was Tex Perkins." That was a fantastic little track. And anyway, that's me. I've got to start trying to keep these times down, because I don't want the video length to still be going for 20 minutes an episode. Not really what I want to do. But anyway, if you like this, please consider giving us a like, give us a subscribe. Check out our Facebook page. Again, that's Facebook/Rule34Official. Check out if you're looking for something else. If you like that dry political discourse, you can check out my podcast, The Australian Podcast, spelled like aliens, like the UFO things. And is there anything else that you want me to answer? Any questions? As always, leave them in the comments. Send me messages. I'll do my best to get them in future videos. Anyway, that's me for now. I'll catch you guys later. Cheers.